And we are live back for another season of London Junior Mustangs football at Western's Alumni Stadium on the campus of Western University. I'm Matt Snyder, joined by the godfather of local amateur football announcing, Ron Silky Smooth voice forwarder. Ron, excited for another season of Junior Mustangs football? We're back for the home opener. What do you think? You excited?
Very excited. It's first of all, thank you very much for having us back here and letting us into your homes as we call a little bit of football on a beautiful May afternoon from Alumni Stadium. Yeah, the Junior Mustangs went out and they had a big win last week in Niagara, home opener. Cambridge Lions, came up on the short stick against a very, very good Cumberland Panthers team at home last week.
It was a rainy afternoon. It looks like the sun's out and the sun will shine on the Mustangs today. We got the U16 game to start it off, followed by 8 o'clock the U18 game. U16 is a level we both know a lot about. I think we were both part of probably the most handsome coaching staff in the history of U16 football, the 2022 team. But what do you think about U16 level? Talk to us about the U16 level.
The U16 level is where kids really start to get recognized for where their potential is, and this is where a lot of these kids get scouted. So this is basically your grade, your grade 9s and 10s. They're starting to come in the senior ball. A lot of these kids will play senior ball in the fall, but they're not quite there yet. The boys have become men, and now the men become monsters. And this is a big, big team. A lot of speed, a lot of physicality. Again, just looking at the size of them, this Mustang team is monstrous.
Yeah, absolutely. U16 is comprised of players that are currently in grade 9 or 10, so a lot of these guys will be moving up to senior football next year. We got a big opponent. When you think of Junior Mustangs football, you usually think of three main opponents, the Junior Ticats, the Essex Ravens, and today's opponent, the Cambridge Lions. Tell us a little bit about the Cambridge Lions historically. What can we expect from them today?
Physical defense, like to bring a lot of pressure. They'll play a really, really good tight, almost like a 44 look. They play a lot of 8-man box. And again, they're really physical. Linebacker play, outsides to in is usually is next level. Good.
We got the national anthem starting. We'll be back with you after the national anthem. Junior Mustangs football live on London Football TV. We're moments away from kickoff here. You're watching Junior Mustangs football on London Football TV. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's a great way to follow we got a great summer of Junior Mustangs football ahead of us, Ron. Big game today. Junior Mustangs U16, Cambridge Lions, moments away from kickoff. First home game of the year, second game for both these teams. What's the key for both these teams early in the season to get started quick?
The key at any level is establish a line of scrimmage. You want to have your offensive line and your defensive line kind of establish where the game is going to be played. You want to set a solid edge, keep everything inside, and I think you want to try to get a big play here or there just to loosen up some of that defense. Both of these teams are known for their defense. That's kind of how both the franchises have built their calling cards over the years. Thinking back, 10, 15 years ago when Cambridge first started making strides, it was a defense that really made them arrive. And again, kind of looking for that elusive title. They've been so close for so long. Is this the year for them? The junior Mustangs, it's a very young coaching staff. They're going to make some mistakes along the way, but, there is a great talent pool on that sideline. I want to see them run the ball heavy early, maybe take a shot here and there, loosen up that defense, but really establish the line of scrimmage.
Young coaching staff, but a great coaching staff. A lot of young, energetic players from Western University coaching the U16 Junior Mustang, led by Bleska Kamamba. He's a former Western Mustang standout, just an all-around great player. Daniel Jaffe's another player that's graduated from the Mustangs program a couple years ago that's pretty experienced. He's doing the offense. And Mac Baker, the touchdown maker, one of our guys we had a couple years ago. He's coaching the secondary. Ben Regeer's another guy that I had a chance to coach for a couple years. And then Zave Allen, receiver out of South Collegiate in London. He's a Western Mustang as well. So there's a lot of young, exciting coaches on the JV staff, exciting with a lot of energy. And I think what they might lack in experience, but these guys have been around football a lot. But what they might lack in a little bit of coaching experience, they definitely make up for it in energy and high-level football experience. They've been around Western. So it's exciting to see. We're ready for a great year. Moments away from kickoff. You're watching live on London Football TV. And I'll say it once again, hit that subscribe button and follow along for a great summer of Junior Mustangs football on London Football TV. We got the U16 Mustangs and the Cambridge Lions about to kick off the home opener for the U16 Junior Mustangs. I'm still getting the hang of it, Ron. It's been a long winter for me. I know you spent last night doing your vocal exercises, drinking your lemon and tea. I heard you in the parking lot warming up the old voice box, doing a bunch of research online. Excited for another great season. Moments away, Ron.
Yeah, it's always kind of gives you an exciting feeling. It's the home opener. The crowd's really excited about it. The organization is excited about it. For us, the last time I did some broadcasting was the London Minor football friendly game versus Windsor, which London kind of won that day. It was really outstanding day of football, but you're right, it's been 5 months since I've done a broadcast. So just like the coaching staffs, we're going to make a few mistakes along the way, but you know what? We're human. We're going to make mistakes, but I want to see how these teams overcome the mistakes. I want to see, because both teams are going to make plays. How do the coaching staffs, how do the teams respond to, hey, we made an error, or shoot, we should have had that one? How do they respond? Young coaching staff for the Mustangs, full of energy, a lot of experience, although it's young experience. Mustangs will receive the ball to start the first half, coming out of the south end zone, going towards the scoreboard and the north.
Josh Otley back for the Mustangs to receive. Cambridge will kick off from the 45, and we are seconds away from toe meets leather. Start of the 2024 U16 Junior Mustangs home season. Kickoff, and we've got a whistle, but the play is stand. Could have been a whistle from the stands. Picked up at the 23, returned up the middle. He's over the 40 to the 45. He's going to be tackled at the 50. Great start for the Junior Mustangs there, Ron. What'd you see on that return?
Just a straight ahead. As someone who's coached a little bit of special teams over the years, we always tell our returners, look, just hit the first seam. Don't try to take it wide. This is a great example of understanding. I just trying to get some positive yards. Almost breaks it. Good tackle there at the very end there. I think it was by number 52 by Cambridge, but he could have been off to the races early in this game.
Sounded to me like there was some kind of sound from the stands. It might have been a little confusion of a possible whistle, but here we are. 1st and 10 from the 50. Liam Sweeney, younger brother Aiden Sweeney at quarterback for the Junior Mustangs. He sends his receivers in motion. He hands off to the left, over the 50 to center field, over the 55. We got a first down and more. Big run for the Mustangs. That's a great push over the left tackle side, Ron.
Number 34 over the left-hand side. Just a little bit of counter motion coming here. You see 21 taking it over to the right. 2-by-2 set. That's a really good job of vision by number 34.
Big run from Connor Ward there for the Mustangs to pick up the first down.
Stuck his foot in the ground and got north-south. You're not going to score touchdowns running east-west. It's the ability to stick your foot in the ground and start going. Really good first push. Good push by the offensive line as well.
A lot of motion to start. We got 3 receivers to the top of the screen for the Junior Mustangs. A lot of motion in the backfield. I think we'll see that motion all day. That's a trademark of Western, and a lot of the coaches come from Western. Quarterback turns, hands off. We got power to the left side. He's going to break around the edge. He's got another big gain. Going to be able to gain a 5 run. Looks like they want to run behind the left side to start early.
Yeah, run to the boundary side of the field. Number 21 that time. Just following the big fullback, number 34, over the left-hand side. There's a good job of just using your vision. Slow playing it, letting the play develop, letting the hole developing, and then hitting it. Good gain of about 6 yards on that, Matt.
You got 2nd and 4 for the Mustangs.
See an injured player down for Cambridge.
Cambridge Lions. One thing I noticed from the junior Mustangs, to start first 2 plays, a lot of pre-snap motion. Why do teams use pre-snap motion, Ron?
Makes the defense have to identify what they're in. Are they in man? Are they in zone? If they're planning on bringing pressure, does that kind of tip a hand? So what you're trying to do is isolate, make things easier, make your counts easier for your offensive lines and for your running backs as well to understand, hey, if I'm flowing here and the safety's coming, that means there's a hole over the middle. It might be a pre-read for the quarterback as well if they're going to take a shot or something downfield.
It's like smoke and mirrors, just throwing distractions at the defense. We got an injured player down, and we'll take a few minutes as he gets picked up. But the junior Mustangs, they're led by Liam Sweeney. I know his older brother's on the U18 team as well. I think they're out of Oak Ridge? I think they're Oak Ridge.
I think so, yeah.
We don't have the high schools for these players, so we're going to have to take a little bit of a guess. But a lot of young players. We've got players from all over the city representing the junior Mustangs from almost 20 high schools across the city playing football, and they're all represented on the junior Mustangs roster today. Injured players helped off the field. That's
number 4 for
Wint,
Cambridge. Yeah.
Isaiah Wint. He's back up. And the junior Mustangs got a 2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line.
So Cambridge is playing a 43. So they're playing 1 high safety. They're playing 4 down linemen and 3 interior linebackers. And they're playing basically man across with a high safety. So that's something we'll have to keep an eye of.
Motion. Oh, got a little pre-snap motion. Looks like the referee was late to whistle it in. And the junior Mustangs jumped the gun a little bit. They'll take a 5-yard penalty. And that'll put them back to about a 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9, what are you thinking here, Ron?
Well, it's 3-down football, so this is one of the other things that we didn't really talk about at the early part. This is the first time for a lot of these kids that they're playing 3-down ball. So there's a big difference between 4-down football. This is going to make it either a screen or it's pretty much either going to be a pass or some type of screen or draw at this point. So 2nd and 9, let's see what the Mustangs come up with.
2nd and 9 from the 40-yard line going in. Junior Mustangs are in 2-by-2 to start. Snap. Hands the ball off to the right side. Running back's going to break open. He's going to get about halfway back. It'll be a 3rd and 4 to 5 yards. First decision for Coach Bleska to make here. What do you think, Ron? Kick the field goal or you go for it?
Well, it's early in the game. It's a stat you're trying to establish. I think that they're going to go for it here. I haven't seen the kickers line up and warm up, so it's hard to judge. Are we in range or not? The ground is wet, so that's gonna factor into plants and stuff like that. Good run by number 20 though by the Mustangs, just straight ahead on that almost like ISO dive.
Yeah, Nathan Sims with the run there. Mustangs going for a 3rd and 4 here. I like the decision. If you don't get it, you push Cambridge deep to start their first drive. 2-by-2 formation, a lot of motion, turns, hands the ball off to the left. Little power play, running back breaks around. He's going to be tackled, and the Mustangs won't get it. They'll turn it over on downs. It looks like they went to the left once again. They've had one run to the right side of the offensive line. Did they go to the well one too many times there? Is that a case of Cambridge sniffing out the play?
I think it was Cambridge saw it coming. It's the same play that they ran the first time around. There was that orbit motion that you saw in the background. That time the 2 got off the block, was able to shoot through, penetrate, and make the tackle. No gain on the play. Turn it over on downs. Let's see what this Cambridge offense can do now.
In hindsight, do you like the decision to go for it there, Ron?
No, I stick with the decision to go for it early in the game because exactly like you said, it's a long field for Cambridge. They're now scrimmaging on the 35-yard line. You want to play the field position game a little bit here, but you also want to, let's be aggressive and let's take some chances maybe early in this game.
Coach Bleska trusts his defense here. Cambridge will start off 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line going out. They have 3 receivers at the top of the screen. They're going to be in that, that very typical Canadian one-back formation that you see a lot at the OUA level. There's a little bit of an issue here with the ball getting spotted. Looks like they're bringing in their own balls. One of the nice nuances of U16 football. They allow the teams to use their own footballs on offense. So they got that sorted out. And Cambridge will start their first snap of the game. 33-yard line, 3-by-2 formation. Quarterback takes a snap. He's looking to pass. You got a receiver sitting down, caught at the 40. He's going to be tackled. That's a nice gain of about 8 yards. What do you like about that pass, Ron?
Just a really nice, simple sit-down route. Let's get the nerves out of the way. Easy completion. Sit down. You're just playing the numbers on that. That's the safety of the linebacker coming across over the middle, number 7, to make the tackle. Good open field tackle on that. But that's just a really good job of playing the space, playing the advantage is to the offense to the wide side of the field. because there's so much more room for the defense to cover, especially if you're bringing a safety or a linebacker out.
2nd and 3 for the Lions. They hand the ball off up the middle. Met in the backfield. It's going to be tight. There's going to be a good spot there. That could be a
I
tight
think he's
third
short.
down.
I think he's short.
Great
here, Matt.
defensive play from the Junior Mustangs. Liam Santos Zwambog. I'm not sure if I said that correct, but he made a great play in the backfield to keep that short, and we'll see what the spot is. They don't have the electronic sticks like the NFL's introducing here, Ron. We're still doing it the old-fashioned way. We got the London's finest, the London officiating crew here, and it'll be a 3rd and 3 here. Cambridge looks like, I can't tell. I didn't see the personnel.
They're going for it.
They're going for it. Could be a situation where they try to hard count to draw the defense offside.
New quarterback.
I'm not sure I like this call. This puts you in a real tough spot if you don't get it. But 3rd and 3 here. Quarterback sneak.
Not there.
Not going to get it. Big push from the defensive line of London, and London's going to take over. Ron, what do you think about that decision?
You know, kind of like the Mustangs, I don't mind the decision to go for it. Don't really big fan of the play. You need almost a full 3 yards. And the way the Mustangs were stacked up, that wasn't going to happen. That wasn't going to happen at all. I almost would have punted it in that situation on my side of the field, make it go a little bit longer, because now you basically you converted that 3rd down for the Mustangs now that they didn't.
That's exactly it. That gamble a couple plays ago from Coach Bleska to go for it on 3rd down pays off because they take the ball back over almost exactly where they had it. 1st down for the Mustangs at the 40, we'll call it the 44-yard line. And they look like they're in good position to get a little bit of a drive going here. They ran the ball heavily behind the left side of the line the first series. Let's see what they do here, Ron.
Well, the other thing that we saw was, unfortunately, of the play that was blown over, you saw a little bit of that power motion coming with the Mustangs. Let's see if they go back, maybe pull a lineman or something.
A lot of motion here, 2-by-2 formation for the Mustangs. Quarterback takes a snap, he turns, hands the ball off. It's play action. He's looking to pass. Got nobody open. He's scrambling around. He's got a receiver deep now. Overthrown. He looked like they want to run a little play action, take a shot there. Do you like that call after a turnover on downs there to take a shot and try to get on the board early?
I don't mind that at all. You're playing that. You've got a little switch action happening on the outside. Sweeney does a really good job of settling his feet down and delivering a really nice pass on that. So good job for the quarterback. Really good like line of scrimmage establishment by the Mustangs. If you're running that type of concept, maybe have a sit down or something on that. Give them some type of check down when it was good coverage by the defense.
Looks like they wanted to get Josh Otley down the sideline, but they couldn't find him. 2nd and 10 here for the Mustangs. 44-yard line going in. A lot of motion from the offense. Fullback is across the formation. Sweeney takes a snap. He's back to pass. He's got a receiver sliding over the middle. He's looking, can't find him. He's got the dig route. It's tipped to the line of scrimmage, and they'll have a 3rd and 10 here. He looks like he had the route coming open, but it's tipped just as the pass comes out of his hands. 3rd and 10 here. What do you do, Ron? Looks like they're sending out the punt
I
team.
think this time you're going to punt it. You didn't have any success on 1st and 2nd down. 3rd and 10 going for it. That's a little bit different than the 3 or 4 yards. What he didn't, going to be a little critical of Sweeney there. He had the happy feet bouncing around a little bit there.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's hard to play quarterback when you got a bunch of big guys trying to tackle you. We got 3rd and 10 here. Junior Mustangs will punt. First punt of the game. Both teams went for it on their first possession on 3rd down. Coach Bleska looking to flip the field here and seeing if he can pin Cambridge deep. High snap. It's fumbled. We got a bit of a issue in the backfield, and Cambridge is going to recover it over the 55. Looks like the snap was high and a little bit of a looper. Not able to get caught by the punter. Brendan McHugh said, and their Cambridge lines are going to take over there. We talked about mistakes, Ron. Is that the first mistake of the game?
I think it's actually the second mistake of the game. I think Cambridge made the first error going for it there on that play. That's the first one by the Mustangs. Let's see if they can capitalize. Cambridge can capitalize on that. Although it doesn't look it, we had a lot of significant rain here earlier today. The field is still a little bit wet. That ball could have been wet. Looks like it was a good snap. Kind of hit him right in the hands.
Cambridge Lions line up. 50-yard line going in. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Quarterback takes snap. He's back to pass. He's got another receiver sitting down, caught for a gain of 5. They look like they're running that little hitch play for 5 yards. Just every receiver runs 5 yards, turns around, stops. London's playing well off in the secondary, and they're able to convert their 2nd and 5. Why do you throw those kind of routes, Ron, those short little routes?
Well, the other thing that we didn't talk about is Mustangs really loaded up the box, and they were coming with pressure on that one. So it was a good job of getting the ball out. And again, it's just easy completions for the quarterback, which is what you're trying to look for.
Cambridge back to pass on second down. He's got another receiver, almost the same play. They just keep running those little short receivers. Number 2, little short sit-down routes. It's caught. Looks like the spot will be a first down. And Cambridge has now quietly got a little drive going. Their first down of the game, Ron.
Yep, good job. Again, just that little sit-down route. Good job of catching that at the 41-yard line, but it looks like, they're going to give him the 38 and then go back. But again, Cambridge quarterback's delivering the ball under a lot of pressure. The Mustangs are bringing some heat here.
Motion from the Lions. Bat snap. Ball's bouncing around in the backfield.
This is trouble.
This is trouble. It's going to be recovered by, looks like the Mustangs have it.
Yes, they do.
And that's another mistake. We've got back-to-back bad snaps that have given the Mustangs the field back. So we talked about mistakes. Both teams have made, pretty significant mistakes early with the bad snaps. Both teams went for it on third down. It looks like both teams are really, kind of taking some chances here. As we start to settle down, do you think teams will start to, limit those mistakes?
Yeah, that's one of the things that you're trying to do is like just settle everybody down. It's kind of like running those hitch routes, just settle everybody down. We're on the road, we're in a hostile environment. This is a good team that we're playing, and let's try to get a couple first downs and get a drive going. Unfortunately, the bad snap, number 22 for London with the great recovery. He brought the pressure on 2 consecutive plays. That time he got home.
Cole Cermak with the recovery there. 4 receivers to the bottom of the screen for the Mustangs. Looks like they got an illegal formation here. They should have a penalty coming. Oh, there's no flag. Refs missed that one a little bit. Caught on the boundary side for a 5-yard gain. See if we get a replay there. Looked to me like London was in an illegal formation. They didn't have an end to the top of the screen.
No, I didn't think so either.
But the refs missed it. And the refs are in preseason form too. That's, it's their first home weekend of the year. But looks like London might have got away with one there, and they'll face a 2nd and 5 here. Nice pass from Sweeney into the short side of the field and that out to get the completion and get a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 here for the Junior Mustangs, looking to keep the drive alive. Another motion from the fullback. They love to bring the fullback across the formation, really change the strength. Snap, turned, hands off, counterplay. Caught from the backside by number 39, Kim June. And it'll be 3rd and long for the Mustangs there, Ron.
Wow.
Great play from the backside.
Boy, oh boy, did they bring the pressure on that one. And a couple kids just absolutely whiffed on blocks. Matt, you know this. I coach receivers for years. I harp on kids all the time. If you're going to play receiver, that's great. We're all going to go out there. We all want to catch that deep ball and score all the touchdowns. That's going to happen about 4 or 5 times in the game. What are you going to do on the other 45 plays to stay on the field? Son, you got to make that block.
Junior Mustangs, the punt. McHugh laying back to punt, catches it clean. He's got a kickoff. Nice high kick. It's going to hang in the air. Mustangs are going to cover. Caught on the 10-yard line. Cambridge returns around the edge. Looks like he's got a lane now. He got a nice block to spring him. He's running around the edge up to the 35-40. Tackled about the 30-yard line. I had some LASIK surgery, so my eyes are a little iffy. I blame the surgery. But the Junior Mustangs, they had a nice kick there, good coverage, but they got one block from Cambridge, and Cambridge was able to get around the edge. And a nice return there, Ron.
Really good job, a really good return. Everything's clean. So there you make the first man miss, and now you're just setting up your wall. And he just out leverages the point. 2 guys kind of just took the wrong angle on that. If they came down a little bit flat-footed, if you got to aim for the outside hip on that, so you've got to really go for where they're pointing it to. That time they were a little bit inside and able to get the edge. Ball's at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line. Play action pass caught by the Cambridge Lions receiver on the motion. He's not going to get much gain there. Nice play design for not. 2nd and 10 for the Cambridge Lions there. What do you think about that play?
Boy, oh boy, the defensive end here, number 92, reads it right away. Almost had the dream scenario of a pick six. The ball just goes right over his hand. Didn't quite have enough to get there. Defensive end almost had a walk-in touchdown. Actually, the play ended up being, my apologies, 30-yard line. Loss of 1. Now we're 2nd and 11 here for the Cambridge Lions.
2nd and 11 from the 29. Cambridge brings the receivers in motion. Quarterback back, looking to pass. Got a screen set up, caught over the middle, but there is nowhere to go. The London defensive line was all over that like a dirty shirt, and Cambridge will send out the punt team, trying to sneak that screen pass on 2nd and long. Ron, what do you think about that call?
96 and 99, I think it was, or 95 and 99. We're having none of that. Absolutely none of that. They stood home. They understood their assignment. Those guys, they're not pressure guys. They're let's absorb a couple gaps here, and just a good job of just letting the play develop right in front of them. Nowhere to go.
Cambridge back to punt. Blocked.
Partially blocked.
Picked up by the Junior Mustangs.
I think Cambridge got it.
I'm not sure they'll have enough for a first down, though,
No,
so it's going to
not.
be London's ball, but that was a blocked punt there. Looked like the punter was a little closer than I'd like for Cambridge there, and it allowed London to get the pressure there. London's going to take over again on a short field on the 30-yard line if the play stands as we think it should. That's 3 big mistakes for London or for Cambridge, just giving London some great field position. It's almost like they're daring London to try to score here to take the lead. It's time for London to really turn the Jets on and get the offense going, Ron.
Well, you've got to start capitalizing. You're living this half in their end. You've got to come away with some points on this drive here. The ball was touched by London, okay, and then it was fumbled. It could have been a dead ball, no return. That could have been the call as well. Regardless, it should be London's ball at the 30-yard line is what it should be.
Yeah, it looks like he did touch the ball, but there wasn't a recovery, so I agree. It should be London's ball. Cambridge did, cover the eventual block punt. They did not have enough yards to gain there.
They're saying it's Cambridge
Wow,
ball.
they're saying it's Cambridge ball, and I'd like to be in that referee huddle to hear that explanation because not how I would have interpreted the rule, but, I'm not a referee, so I don't know these things. But it's a very interesting call, and I'd love to hear the explanation. I'm sure Coach Bleska also wants to hear the explanation now. He's got the white hat over there giving him the rundown of how that rule was decided. But regardless, Cambridge is going to have a first down here. So Cambridge makes a mistake and ends up benefiting it first down with a gain on the 30-yard line going out. Referees over on the sidelines kind of chatting about it, explaining the rules to the London coaching staff. Very confusing play there. I think, in my opinion, it looks like they're ruling that London had possession of the ball and then gave the ball back to Cambridge on the fumble. So that, to me, would be the only way you would explain that, Ron. Is there something I'm missing here?
I don't think so because the ball was tipped on the punt. The returner did reach down and try to pick up the ball. Now, maybe he moved it. Maybe they're saying that was the recovery, but then that was the fumble.
That could be it. They're treating him like the returner and saying that as soon as he touches the ball, it becomes live. It's like a muff punt, at 40 yards back. So You're right, Ron. That's why we bring you here. That's why we pay the big bucks. That's why you get 2 slices of pizza tonight, not
Pizza
just
was
the
excellent.
one, right? Yeah, it's a great. We're both here just for the pizza and the football, but interesting situation early in the year. The referees they're working too, and they got a tough call to make, and they're right on top of it. They definitely know the rules, and regardless, Cambridge is going to get a first down on the 30-yard line. After that, partially blocked punt, muffed ball recovery. First down for Cambridge here. 2:43 remaining in the first quarter. U16 Junior Mustangs football. Cambridge quarterback turns, hands the ball off to the left. Met in the backfield. Nowhere to go.
Man.
Carter McBurney with the big tackle. He says, no, thank you, sir. That'll be a loss of 6 yards. Second and long for the Junior Mustangs.
Wow, talk about bringing the pressure, bringing the heat right away. Linebacker recognizes it. Look, they're creeping up. They're sending 5 or 6. There's just no blocker. They have a free runner every single play right now. And it's either Cernak or number 36. They got a free rusher every single play.
Carter McBurney says, I'm going to McBurney this running back in the backfield. Second and long for the Cambridge Lions. A lot of motion there. Quarterback back to pass. He's got a receiver open on the flats. Caught short. But he'll be met by the Junior Mustangs. Great tackle on the sidelines. And that'll put a third and about 5 for the Cambridge Lions here.
Yeah.
Just over the 35. Long way to go. They'll send out the punt team, and we'll have another punt here. Remember, the last time they punted the ball, the Junior Mustangs partially blocked it. It was bobbled by a returner who I don't think was expecting to return the ball, and Cambridge recovered to keep that drive alive. So we'll see if their operations are cleaned up here. If you're London, just having blocked a punt 3 plays ago, do you send the pressure again and try to get after them again?
Absolutely. Now here's the other thing. Cambridge is lining up to punt this ball. Okay, their upbacks are really, really tight. It was partially blocked again.
Recovered. Partially blocked. That's 2 punts for Cambridge, both blocked. Recovered by Tayshawn Peach, and London will take over on the 40-yard line. Another drive for the Junior Mustangs that starts well inside the Cambridge Lions territory, Ron. Are you tempting fate as Cambridge by just continuing to give London short drives?
You're playing with fire here, and, sooner or later the Mustangs, they need to capitalize on something sooner or later on this, and sooner it could be now. If I'm London, I kind of like the deep shot a little bit. Maybe try to get something over the middle.
Sweeney hands off to the right side. There's a 5-yard gain, a nice solid run
Number
from
21.
Amari Douglas. And that's a good way to start the drive. I like that run, Ron. It's a nice, safe run.
Yep.
Get your back involved. Get the offensive line kind of back. They've been sitting on the bench for a while. It gives you a nice second and short, which puts you in a situation where if you get a couple yards on second down, you might have the option to go for it on third. What do you think?
Well, exactly. It was a good gain of 6 yards on that. And you saw the pullers. That's just a straight old power play. Something that, you and I know a little bit about. It's a really good job. When you can get a pulling lineman over there onto a linebacker, boy, oh boy, that's a long day for the defense.
Empty formation from the Junior Mustangs flag. Oh, that's not a flag. It's a football. We got a nice
Taking a
corner route
shot.
coming. Caught. Big gain. Completed inside the 5
Yeah.
for the Junior Mustangs. They went 4 receivers to the top of the screen, 2 to the bottom, empty formation. They basically ran the number 4 receiver on a deep corner. Amari Douglas, the running back who just had the big run. First down, inside the 5, Junior Mustangs knocking on the door,
This
Ron.
is what I really like on that is you had 3 sit-down routes, and your inside guy runs the corner. There he goes. See how those 3 guys, they brought the corner, both the halves over, and then all of a sudden it's the safety that's tracking the guy from the middle of the field all the way over. That's taking candy from a baby.
Just nice, easy completion there
Yeah.
for the Junior Mustangs. Sweeney with a great throw stood in there. First and goal from the Junior Mustangs from the 4. Turns, hands up to the left side. Power play, walks in easily. And the Junior Mustangs are up 6-0, Ron.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time when you give a team that many drives inside your own 40 to start before they hit a big one. And the Junior Mustangs are on the board 6-0.
Well, that's exactly the recipe that we were talking about. Maybe let's get a safe run here. Let's reestablish that line of scrimmage. I said let's go over the top a little bit. Let's take a shot downfield, see if we can get something. They did that, and they come right back down, score the touchdown. First points of the game. Cambridge was playing with fire inside their own 35, 40-yard line. Pretty much the first quarter. Realistically, they're lucky to only be down 7 at this point.
Bad snap on the PAT there. That's two or 3 snaps so far this game on special teams that have been, not the most accurate. Looks like, the long snapper's still getting in the rhythm of things, but the Junior Mustangs won't get the extra point, and it'll be 6-0 with 2 seconds left in the first quarter. Junior Mustangs lead 6-0. Coach Bleska out there wanting to know why that play was blown dead. And looks like the referees are saying that the holder had his knee down.
So I guess what they're saying is he didn't have his knee down all the way, caught it, then put his knee down.
Ah, interesting.
And then that's a dead ball.
Interesting.
Because again, the Canadian game, second your knee goes down, that's it, play's done.
Well, we got a 6-0 lead here. 2 seconds left in the first quarter here. Junior Mustangs lead 6-0 after just scoring a big touchdown on a nice drive, a completion from Sweeney to the running back. Douglas puts him inside the 5. Douglas punches it on the next play. They missed the PAT. And so we've got, pretty exciting first quarter. We've had some mistakes on specials, couple block punts, couple bad snaps. We've seen a lot of everything early, Ron. What do you think about the first quarter?
It's kind of that feeling out process that we thought was going to happen. 2 very, very good football teams here, feeling it out. One of the advantages, we talked about the young coaching staff for the Mustangs. I want to point out one of the older guys, a veteran coach on this team, has been through many battles. Coach Greg Baker, special teams coach. He's been around as long as you and I have been at the junior Mustang level, and a really great special teams coach.
Short punt from short kick from the Mustangs received at the 30. Cambridge is over the 40. They'll start the drive just past the 44-yard line. Do you like the short kickoff there, Ron?
Well, that's something that Greg does a lot of, is he likes to throw an overload. But this is something I've noticed. This is a left-footed kicker. So maybe it kind of went off on the side of his foot. I think that was supposed to go over to the right.
Could have been a situation where he just missed the kick a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But regardless, Cambridge will start 44-yard line, down 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. The referees will flip the field. And we are live on London Football TV for U16 Ontario Summer Football League action. We got the Junior Mustangs versus the Cambridge Lions. It's 6-0 Mustangs at the end of the first quarter off a nice completion from Sweeney to Douglas to put him inside the 5, and then the next play, Douglas punches it in for the touchdown. Junior Mustangs are up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. You're watching London Junior Mustangs football on London Football TV. We got a great summer of Junior Mustangs football action ahead of us, Ron. Hopefully the weather stays as nice as it is today. Beautiful sunny day after a pretty rainy afternoon. I was definitely worried that it was going to be
Yeah.
rainy, but it seems like it's going to be a nice afternoon. We got the U18 game after this at 8 o'clock. So a great day of Junior Mustangs football. There was games all this morning, and the Bantam game right before our game, Ron. Great day. What do you think so far?
It's kind of what I thought. Let's see which team can establish the line of scrimmage. I thought the Mustangs, the way that they were lining up and size-wise, I thought they were going to have a little bit of an advantage here. Cambridge needs to put a drive together at this point.
Back to pass, caught on the 40-yard line. He's out up the sidelines with a big first down. That looked like it was the running back out of the backfield in the flats. Nice completion. Cambridge has really come out throwing the football. Actually throwing the ball a lot more than I would expect from a U16 team this early in the season. But they're definitely finding the connections. Quarterback finds Colton Glode for the first down there, and they got a little bit of drive going over center field. Cambridge Lions first down.
Yeah, a really good job. I thought he stepped out of bounds earlier there, but does a good job of staying in bounds. Mustangs are bringing pressure, so it's not someone has to pick up that running back coming out of the backfield here. He's open again.
Cambridge back to pass, almost the same throw there. Chase Peterson finds his receiver over the middle for a short gain there. Peterson's really slinging the ball. I like his moxie so far. He's got poise in the backfield. He's really standing in there, finding receivers. They got a lot of crossing routes to start the game from Cambridge. That's probably by the after watching film. The coaching staff says, hey, we can get some crossing routes open, so let's come out and throw a bunch of those to start the game. 2nd and 7 here for the Cambridge Lions, just shy of the 41-yard line going in.
Mustangs continue to bring pressure, 5 up.
A lot of space in front of those receivers for London. Peterson back to pass. He's got pressure in his face. He's going to run. He looks like he had a lane there, but he slipped. That could have been that wet turf, and it'll be 3rd and 10 here for the Cambridge Lions. This is a choice now, Coach. What do you think?
I think you got to punt here. You've had no momentum. This is an opportunity to make the Mustangs drive the field. Doesn't look like that's what they're going to do.
That's what I was just going to say. Look, Ron says they're going to punt. Look for Cambridge to go for it on 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
3rd and 10. Here we go. 3rd and 10 for Cambridge. Quarterback back to pass. He's looking to his left. Steps up. He's got a receiver over the middle. Intercepted. London's got a return going here, and they're going to get the ball almost back to the line of scrimmage. Could have been a situation where you might want to knock that down, but you tell a 16-year-old football player to drop an interception on 3rd down. They're not going to do it. I would do it. But regardless, London turns the ball over there on 3rd down, and they'll start the drive just shy of their 45-yard line. Great turnover there. Looks like Cambridge had a good protection. Peterson had the receiver he wanted, just a little bit of a traffic around him as he pulled the trigger. And
well, it's one of those throws that you got to hit the guy in stride when you're coming across the middle there. Looked like it was a little late, or it could have been tipped. We saw number 26, a linebacker, tip the ball. 13 with a big return.
Bad snap for London. Recovered by Sweeney. Loss of 3.
3rd bad snap for London.
Bad snaps have been a recurring problem for both teams so far in this game. One of those issues you have when you only get, twice a week to practice. Sometimes the little details get overlooked. But London will have a 2nd and 14. Just over the 35. We'll call it the 37-yard line. 2nd and 14 here for the Junior Mustangs as they lead 6-0. 9:52 remaining in the second quarter at Alumni Stadium at University of Western Ontario. You're watching U16 summer football action. London Junior Mustangs in purple and Cambridge Lions in white. 3 receivers to the top of the screen for the Mustangs here. Sweeney probably going to pass the ball. Takes a snap. Oh, they run that hard count trying to get a defensive offside. They don't. Sweeney will reset the team. He'll take the snap. Back to pass. Got a running back to the flats. Underthrows with pressure in his face, and London will send out the punt team on 3rd and long.
Unfortunately, he didn't have much of a chance on that pressure. There's a guy coming unblocked off the edge here. So you see number 11 fake coming. 65 identifies him. Lets the inside guy go. Coach, what do we tell our guys? Always protect inside out. Inside out.
They let the running back out of the backfield, and they lost a protector there. So it looks like London will punt the ball on 3rd and about 14. Snapping from the 41-yard line. Cambridge has 2 returners back. Looking to get a return here to get a drive going. Bad snap. Caught. Nice and clean. No pressure. He's going to hang it up there. It's a high. A little bit short. It's going to bounce. Caught on the bounce, and he's out of bounds. Cambridge will take over on the 47-yard line.
That's a really good punt because he got the ball over to the sideline, basically coffin cornered the returner, who he just picks up the ball and just steps out of bounds.
Cambridge will take over 1st down 6-0 with 9 minutes left in the half. We've had a plethora of bad snaps so far this game. Special teams have been definitely the area where the mistakes have been made. A couple block punts from Cambridge to start the game. Offensively, Cambridge has thrown the ball pretty well, just unable to convert on some second downs, a couple pressures, 3 receivers top of the screen. Peterson back to pass. He's got receivers sitting down in front of his face, completed again. Cambridge has continually been able to go to that receiver for a first down. Passes. Peterson is down on the ground. He's hurt. Took a big hit there. This could be trouble for the Cambridge Lions if the starting quarterback is injured. We'll have trainers come out and take a look at him. He looks like he's in a little bit of pain. Let's talk about the pass play, though, Ron. We had those 5 receivers all sitting down at about 5 yards. We talked about that earlier. It's something that they came out early in the game and tried to do. There we go.
Well, that's because the Mustangs are lining up all their DBs are lining up at 10 yards.
Basically, London's saying, you're not going to throw it deep on us. We'll give you the underneath stuff and tackle you, but you're not going to throw it deep. Injured quarterback on the play. Hopefully he's okay. He took a big hit, but he looks like he's up now. He's been playing great so far. Peterson's been throwing the ball real well, finding receivers open. And, first half, about 8 minutes left in the first half here, 6-0 game. Teams have had their chances. We've seen, both teams trying to throw the ball deep. One big completion for London. What's the key to a deep passing game, Ron?
You've got to get somewhere where you like London did, where you're showing one thing and you're coming back with another thing. You're trying to create space off of motions and formation. We've talked ad nauseum during different broadcasts. I'm a huge fan of the out route. In the Canadian game to the wide side, it is almost impossible to cover because what you're doing when you go 3 wide, you're basically taking a linebacker out and making them cover in space. So it's taking that guy and making them do something that they're not used to doing. And we saw something in the earlier Bantam game where same scenario where they ran the out, but then ran a wheel off of it and scored the first touchdown.
Percivali at quarterback for Cambridge on 2nd and 7. He tries to throw incomplete, and it looks like Cambridge will be forced to punt here on 3rd down. 3rd and about 6.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Long decision from the Cambridge Lions coaching staff. And
there you go.
Here comes the punt team now.
This is the right decision. You've got to punt the ball. You're inside your end. You got to flip the field here. You haven't had much. Your backup quarterback just came in for one play. Maybe get him on the sidelines, settle him down, maybe warm him up with a throw or two,
Gage Lincoln back to return from the punt for the Junior Mustangs. Cambridge will punt the ball from about the 47-yard line. Caught. Kick is off. Lennon had pressure, but the kick is off. It's going to be
good punt.
Bounced again. Caught on the second bounce. Lincoln picks it up over the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Junior Mustangs. I know you're a big fan of catching the punts in the air, Ron.
Yeah. I was just about to say, anytime the ball hits the ground, it basically costs you 15 yards. And there's a good example of if you catch that in the air, you might catch somebody, but then you've got your momentum going. You're waiting for the ball. All that coverage comes down, is able to corral. Good job by number 13 for Cambridge of understanding the ball's live still. Can't get inside that 5-yard bubble. Stays at about 7. Second it's touched, he closed down, gain of 3.
Great tackle from Shane Peach. Junior Mustangs, 1st down, 37-yard line. 2 receivers to each side of the quarterback. Sweeney takes the snap. Turns, hands off to the left. Big hole for the Junior Mustangs. 5-yard gain there, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Back to the run for the Mustangs. It looks like they're starting to settle down and really try to establish a run game, Ron.
Yeah, this is another ball carrier, number 9 for the Mustangs. This time with the handoff. They've got a number of really talented running backs. We saw 34 carry it earlier. Nathan Sims, number 22, number 9, number 21. So that's 4 different ball carriers that they just seems like here's the next one, here's the next one, here's the next one. So really, this could be a really advantageous as the season goes on for the Mustangs as well.
Connor Ward, now Cohen Snellgrove in the backfield. Junior Mustangs always have a very deep running back stable. Sweeney turns, hands the ball off to the left. Big hole again, almost identical play.
Wow.
Looks like they got a 1st down and more. Big push there from the offensive line.
Look at this.
Now you're starting to see Junior Mustangs football. One thing about London, you're going to run. People want to run the ball in London. It starts at the top with the Western Mustangs. They built their team around the running game, and it starts to trickle down to the high schools, the summer football.
Look at that. Producer Stephanie, if we could just roll that from the top again. I want you to watch the fullback. number 28 on this. Absolutely. Watch him fall around. Gets the linebacker. So the contact was at the 53. Look at how he's still driving him. Beyond midfield, all the way down, finishes the block at the 45-yard line. What a great effort by the fullback on that.
Alexander Kamika getting a big push from the Junior Mustangs. 3 receivers bottom of the screen. Sweeney turns. He's rolling out to the right. Looking to pass. Got a receiver in his flats wide open. He avoids. Nice completion.
Wow.
Nice completion to McCausland. What a throw from Sweeney. Able to step around the pressure. And the Junior Mustangs got a little bit of a drive going here. First down. We'll call it the 36-yard line, 37-yard line for the Junior Mustangs. That's the second first down in a row. Sweeney with a great play there to find the receiver on the sidelines, step around the pressure, and get a first down throw.
Very nonchalant on the sidelines with that, too. That was a really good catch, understanding where the ball was and coming back to the ball.
Looked like a young Matt Snyder out there. Handed off to the left for the Junior Mustangs. Big gain. They're starting to lean on the Cambridge lines, running the ball. 20. Nathan Sims, he's got a first down and more, and the Junior Mustangs offensive line has said, hey, put the game on our backs, coach. We'll take you to the promised land.
So this is what I'm noticing about the Mustangs stable of running backs here. They got a couple guys with lightning. Here comes a little bit of that thunder. Nathan Sims, the running back out of Catholic Central in London, he's not your he's never going to make that 70-yard run like some of these other kids could. But he may run 70 yards. He's going to hit a few kids along the way. A little bit thicker, a little bit bigger in there. Really good football player.
Great run. 2nd and 1 for the Junior Mustangs here. Drive is moving along nicely. They got a big completion a couple plays ago from Sweeney to keep the drive alive. 2 receivers each side of Sweeney. He turns. He's going to throw the ball in 2nd and short. He's taking a shot up the seam route. Oh, he almost stabbed at one-hander.
Two hands.
I like the call there to Josh Ollie, trying to go for the gusto with a big throw. Now you got a 3rd and 1 here. What do you do, Ron? Is this a field goal situation, or are we going for it?
No, we're going for it.
100%
we're going for it. I love the call. He had him. There was, again, you're showing different things. You're not allowing the defense to overreact. There's not almost that switch again. You come back with a backside post that is so hard to cover.
Well, we got a 3rd and 1 here for the Junior Mustangs. Sweeney in the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield. He runs up under center. Quarterback sneak. Easy first down and more. Big push from the offensive line. Oh, looks like the quarterback might have come off the pile. We'll see if they give him forward momentum. Looked to me like he had it, and then
I think so.
Cambridge tackled him on the back on the rebound. But we'll see what the spot is.
From the referee down here, who's closest to the field, it should look like they got the first down.
Looks like they're going to bring out the sticks and try a measurement. If this was the NFL, they'd have the lasers out, and they'd be able to tell you with the lasers and the phasers if it's a first down. But we do it the old-fashioned way still in the OSFL. Let's see if the spot – what do you – give it a call right now, Ron. First down or no?
On the spot, I think he's short.
Oh, let's see. Ron says he's short.
I thought you had to get across the 32, or excuse me, the 27-yard line for the first down where the sticks were.
Well, let's see if those sticks are tight and – how many loops in there? Because it could be close.
Short.
Oh, short by a hair. Just a hair. Looked to me like he had it on the first push. Regardless, the spot says Cambridge. First down, turnover for the Mustangs. I still like the decision to take the shot on 2nd down. I still like the decision to go for it on 3rd down. Can't fault anybody there. Still the right decision in my eyes.
Yeah.
But Cambridge will take over first down. 4:58 remaining in the 2nd quarter. 6-0 London. It's been a pretty exciting game. Despite the low scoringness, you've had some turnovers, couple block punts, couple bad punt snaps on both teams. Both teams have taken their shots. Both teams trying to throw the ball. London's starting to run the ball a little bit, but overall, I think what you'd expect from a first early season U16 game, a little bit of hiccups, but both teams are starting to settle down here, Ron.
Both slots are going to sit down route at 5 yards because your twos are playing again 12 yards, 12, 15 yards back.
A lot of space from the London defensive backs here. Cambridge back to pass. Got a receiver open. Intercepted.
Number 7 here. House call.
Nathan Cantor with the pick 6. Wow. You wouldn't expect that from a Cantor, but what a great play. What a great play. What a great play. I know which Cantor is getting the extra piece of cake tonight at home. Big interception for the Junior Mustangs after that 3rd down stop. Just what the doctor ordered for the Junior Mustangs. Do you go for 2 here, Ron, to make it a 14-0 game, or do you take the sure
I think you're chasing points at that point. You're in with a backup quarterback. He's just throwing an interception. Let's get the signal. Let's settle our kicker down because we're going to need this guy later on down the line here.
Absolutely. What an interception. It's always crazy how many younger brothers are more handsome and better at sports.
I never, in my life, I've never seen a Cantor catch a pass before.
It's shocking how surprising that was. What a play, though. What a play from Nathan Cantor. Again, can't stress enough how better he is than I'm just teasing. His older brother's doing our production in the booth with us, so we're giving him a little bit of a tease here, but he knows we love him. Regardless, Junior Mustangs with the PAT, 13-0. The Junior Mustangs lead with 4:38 in the second quarter. Ron, what do you think so far after seeing both teams kind of, piece some drives together, offense, defense, especially? What's your feel of the flow of the game at this point?
I think the Mustangs are slowly taking over this game. They're bringing pressure. They're getting to the quarterback. They're hitting the quarterback. Unfortunately, we saw the starting quarterback for Cambridge out of this game right now. Number 15 was in. His second pass attempt is now a pick six. So this could go downhill really quickly for Cambridge. We hope it doesn't, of course. We want an exciting game, but this is where a slide can become an avalanche really, really quickly.
Absolutely. With London's ability to run the ball like they've shown the last couple drives, and Cambridge team that comes out and looks pretty obvious like they want to throw the football down their starting quarterback, backup quarterback comes in. He's playing valiantly but makes a bit of a mistake on that last throw. Could be tough sledding here if the Cambridge Lions aren't able to get together a couple first downs and get something on the board here. London will kick off from the 45-yard line. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded. Actually, it's way out of bounds. Not even close. Yep. Not even close. I'm not sure I like the decision there to kick the short one. Sometimes you just want to kick the ball deep and you let your defensive play here. But regardless, Cambridge will take over first down on the 45-yard line.
Well, and again, they had that same alignment where they had 5 guys to the short side of the field. Actually, 6 guys to the short side of the field. 5 guys to the wide side of the field. They're trying to coffin corner kick it. And last time the kick kind of went off to the left a little bit. This time he gets all of it and unfortunately kicks it out of bounds. So again, young player, going to make an error here or there. These are some of the mistakes that we talked about, seeing that they overcome them. Cambridge with good field position at the 40.
With London's ability to run the football, sometimes you just may make the decision to kick it deep and let the defensive play, right? Force Cambridge to really show you that they can get some drives together. Cambridge hands the ball off to the right side. A little bit of space there. He's going to get 5, be second and 5 there. That's first time it looks like Cambridge has run the ball in a couple series there, Ron. Is that something that they need to do with their back quarterback?
I think it's something that you have no choice but do. You got to settle this young man down a little bit here. He's, again, 2 practices a week, Matt. You get limited reps when you're in here. You want to make sure that the quarterback has an idea of the game plan. But, 70% of your reps, 80% of your reps are going to go to your starters in situations like this. So you've got to settle him down. What do you want to do? What's he good at? Let's try to tailor a little bit of an offense to him.
2nd and 6 for the Lions. Outside zone to the right. Big hole there. Cambridge is able to run the ball here with 2 plays in a row. First down for the Lions. Is this something that they should stick with, the run game?
Well, I think, again, with the backup quarterback right now, you've got the ball almost to midfield now with 2 straight runs. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Run the ball right till they stop you, then maybe go left.
We've really noticed the London defensive backs are playing well off the ball, really trying to protect the deep passing game. Is that a situation where it gives you some running lanes underneath?
Well, absolutely it is, because London has brought the pressure, and their game plan seemed to be to get to the quarterback, disrupt those throws. Now if you have to account for the running back, it slows down the pass rush a little bit.
London's in that 50 front there.
Well, so much for that idea.
Caught in the backfield from Tayshawn Duncan. On first down, puts Cambridge well behind the sticks. Great play there. I was just going to say, London's playing a 50 front with 5 defensive linemen, and one of the reasons they might be playing the 50 front is they got great players like Tayshawn Duncan playing defensive line for them.
Man, like they just roll them out there, don't they? Just great play after great play. He's had himself a whale of a first half. He was the guy on that first series for Cambridge that almost had that interception. He just couldn't quite get his head around quick enough. Tayshawn Duncan's had himself a good game. Number of really good players out there for the Mustangs. The defense has done a really good job. Second down and about 17 after a loss of 7.
2nd and 17 for the Cambridge Lions here. Down 13-0 with 2:56 left in the first half. Back to pass. Cambridge looking to throw it quick. Caught. It'll be short. Looks like about a gain of 10 to 12 yards for Cambridge, and they'll be 3rd and about 7 to go. situation here, Ron, where you're down by 2 scores, 2:47 left in the first half. You're over center field. Do you go for it here, or do you punt and play the field position? You may not get the ball back in the half with how London's run the ball so far.
You know, I'm down 13. I want to get something positive going, so I'm going to go for it here.
All right, Ron says they're going to go for it. Cambridge looks like they're going for it. 3rd and 6. We'll call it a long 6 to go. Cambridge Lions down 13-0. 2:38, and the clock is ticking. 3 receivers, bottom of the screen. Back to pass. Receiver open to the flats. He's going to throw the crossing right over the middle. Looks like the quarterback knew where he wanted to go, just wasn't on the same page as the receiver. A little bit early, and London will take over the ball at the 50-yard line, Ron.
You know, there again, we're coming back to it. No one's going with the running back out of the backfield, just with that double crash down. If it's the third man coming over, that it's not being picked up. If he throws him the ball there, he's probably got a gain of about 15 yards down the sidelines.
Playing that 50 front, London, it makes it hard for them to cover those crossing routes, that little mesh concept that Cambridge has been running all game. London's kind of saying, like, hey, we're going to get your quarterback, and if we don't get there before, you might have an open receiver, but you got to throw it in the face of pressure. And so far, it's worked for London. Their quarterback for Cambridge has had a lot of pressure in his face. The London defensive line is really getting after. But London will take over here. First down from the 50-yard line. 2:31 remaining in the first half. Up by 13. Junior Mustangs line up in that 2-by-2 formation. Sweeney takes the snap, turns, hands off to the left.
Number 2.
Running backs around edge. That's Wyatt Cross. He's got a first down. Looks like a first down based on my spot. Big run. They've really tried to run the ball behind the left side. Looks like that's something that they came in with the game plan. We want to run the ball behind the left side of the offensive line. And London's got a 2nd and 1 here. Great run for the Junior Mustangs to start the drive, Ron.
Really good run. Like he got first contact was about the 45-yard line, and again 5 yards after contact keeps his legs churning and really. But we talked about Nathan Sims kind of being that hammer. This is much more of the lightning of the thunder type of guy. You know, really quick. Not the biggest guy, but this guy could go 70 yards in a heartbeat.
Kind of like us, Ron. One of us is fast, one of us is big. I don't know which one's which. So first down for the Junior Mustangs. They're a big push over the middle. 2 minutes remaining in the half. London looking to increase the lead. They're up 13-0 so far. They got a good drive going here. They've really started to pound the ball between the tackles. Really starting to take over the game with the running offense here. Big plethora of running backs. London Junior Mustangs are mixing in. Cross has gotten some carries. Sims has had a couple big first downs. Douglas caught that big pass and then punched it in this first touchdown of the game. Sims is playing well at quarterback, really managing the offense. Had a couple big completions, getting the ball where it needs to go. Clock ticks under 2 minutes. First down for the Junior Mustangs, just shy of the 40-yard line. Sweeney takes a snap, jet motion, turns, hands the ball off to the jet sweep. He's around the edge. Cambridge fills pretty quickly, and that's a big loss of 3. Look, they're trying to run the jet sweep to Gage Lincoln, but Cambridge was all over it. What'd you see on the jet sweep, Ron?
Well, you know, it's a slow-moving jet. You know, you got to get that a little bit. He's got to be a little bit tighter on that when he hands the jet off. The jet, you're trying to get to the hash marks, which he does. But again, no blocking on the outside for the receivers. If you're going to run jet, your receivers got to commit to the block. So, you know, I like the play concept. You know, I've run a jet or two in my days. Really, your receivers have got to commit to the blocking. If I can be critical of the Mustangs of one thing, the receivers got to engage in that block a little bit better on the outside.
2nd and 10 for the Junior Mustangs, 42-yard line, 3 receivers top of the screen. Sweeney sends his receivers in motion. He takes a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking to the right side. He's got a receiver down the sidelines. A lot of pressure in his face, and he throws it out of bounds. Smart decision there on 2nd and 10 to save the field position. You don't want to take the sack. Tough choice here for the Junior Mustangs. Looks like Coach Blesko will send out the punt team and try to save the field position here with 1:08 remaining in the first half. Junior Mustangs lead 13-0, Ron.
So on that last play, you know, a lot of people are going to be looking at it going, well, he didn't have a receiver in the area. You know, why isn't that intentional grounding? Like in the NFL, the Canadian game states, if you are outside of the tackle box, as long as you get the ball beyond the line of scrimmage, it is not an intentional grounding call to try to take those big hits away from the quarterback. Whistles everywhere.
Cambridge Lion player coming on real late. Looks like they called a timeout from Cambridge to avoid any kind of penalty there. It's from
you didn't have a returner back there.
Yeah, a little bit short. And that's one of the – you're always going to see those mistakes in the early seasons games. You know, guys, special teams become a little bit confusing as guys are in and out of the game. Somebody gets hurt. Somebody goes down. Your special teams. The special teams coordinator is definitely the hardest job on the sidelines of a game because you're dealing with your entire roster of players and guys are up and down. This guy's hurt. This guy's back sore. This guy, you know, he needs a rest. and all of a sudden your special teams become a bit of a mess there. But it looks like they've got it sorted out. Cambridge calls a timeout there.
And special teams is such a big part of the game, especially in the Canadian game because it's 3 downs. It is literally a third of the game. So you have to dedicate so much time to practice, get so many reps in with so many different groups. You're taking away from their indie time at somewhere to put in a punt return or a punt or an extra point or a field goal. It is critical that these things clean up as the year goes on.
Nice high punt there for
Really
London. That's not going to make the end zone. That's exactly what the London Junior Mustangs wanted. Big tackle inside the 5.
Yeah.
Couldn't have had it better. Couldn't have done it better,
No.
Ron. Couldn't have done it better. Great punt. Great coverage for the Junior Mustangs. They will pin Cambridge on the 2-yard line. What a way to really cap that drive with some great field position, Ron.
I'm really impressed with this kid who's kicking the ball, number 11 for London.
Brendan McCausland. He's looks like a real tall young man.
Yep.
Huge leg there. Hung it up. Caught the ball on the 5-yard line, and the coverage team for London is able to pin Cambridge inside the 2. Like I said, you couldn't have had a better execution right there.
That was
exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, the really, really good job and good discipline by the coverage team as well. Understanding, people talk about lanes and everything, but it's just maintaining leverage is what you're trying to do. Just maintaining leverage. Someone's got to close up and clean up. And again, just great pressure, establishing an edge by the coverage team for Cambridge.
Let's see if London brings the pressure here. Tries to get the late half safety. There it is. Oh, ball is out.
Shot downfield.
Oh, what a catch.
Wow.
What a play. Wow, what a play from Jay Ishamwe. Tip ball in the interception. And big number 12, Jay Ishamwe, catches it. Huge gain. Could be just what the doctor ordered for the Cambridge Lions, Ron.
Well, number 14 for the Mustangs had a chance on it, had his hands on it, but sometimes, coach, that's why some of these kids play defense and don't play offense. Can't quite squeeze that. Great effort, though, by number 12.
What a great throw from Persabali there, the backup quarterback in. That'll help the confidence. He's back to pass. He's got another receiver down the seam. Wow, he had him as well, open and unable to catch it. He looked like he was looking for Josh DePote. Cambridge is saying, we're not going down without a fight. We're going to sling it around with a minute left, trying to get off our goal line. 2 huge chunks there, attempts from Cambridge.
That ball was there,
short.
too.
It was right there. That was a great throw. Persabali's really starting to settle down after coming in. Yeah. He had that rough, kind of coming off the bench. Not a lot of chance to warm up. Had that rough interception for a return touchdown from Nathan Cantor, the better, more handsome Cantor. But really started to settle down there, make it a big throw there. 2nd and long for the Cambridge Lions here with 39 seconds left. Trying to get on the board and close this score. 13-0 Junior Mustangs lead. Persabali back to pass. He's got a receiver on the post, intercepted by the Junior Mustangs. He looks like he had the post, but he just overthrew it. Junior Mustangs are going to bring it back over the 50. That's the 2nd interception for the Junior Mustangs.
Number 13.
That's a tough throw. 13 to Shane Peach with the interception. He made the big play on the punt coverage earlier.
But he had the interception, the first interception as well. So that's 2 interceptions for Mr. Peach there.
Tough throw for Persabali. He looks like he had the guy he wanted, just overthrows it. London Junior Mustangs will take over here. 30 seconds left. Still enough time to go for it, at least come away with a field goal. Let's see if Coach Bleska, if he's a riverboat gambler or if he's Mr. Conservative like me.
I was going to say, what are you doing on this, Matt?
Probably run the ball twice and get out of half.
Yeah,
we're probably opening up. I've turned over a new leaf. We're going to take some shots here, try to make this a 20-0 game. Sweeney in the shotgun, 2 running backs beside him. Takes a snap. Turns, hands off to the right, getting a drive started. Nowhere to go. Be a gain of 3. Looks like they hand it off to
number 21.
Amari Douglas, but not much space there. 24 seconds left. You still got your timeout. 2nd and 7 here. 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8 for the Junior Mustangs.
2nd and 8 here for the Mustangs after a gain of 2. Ball's at the 44-yard line, basically right in the middle here.
Cambridge is playing their defensive backs, their corners way off the ball at the snap, so you might be able to complete a first down throw underneath those guys and keep the drive alive.
Trying to get out of half now because the clock is running and they win in the huddle.
There you go. The clock ticks under 16 seconds. Junior Mustangs might just be saying, we're going to get out of here with a 13-0 lead. Turns, hands the ball. Play action. Looks like an RPO there. Had the slant, and the clock will stop with 8 seconds. Junior Mustangs will have a decision to make. With the ball just over the 50, 3rd and 8. What do you do here, Ron?
You know what? The way that they're going, I'd punt it, but I think it looks like the offense is staying out here.
This might be a situation where you throw a quick pass to the sidelines, get the first down, and then take your shot on 3rd down, or depending on your kicker situation.
This is 3rd down, yeah.
Take your shot on the next play, which will be the last play of the half. maybe kick a field goal on first down if you get a big gain here. But do you go for the first down here, try to keep the drive alive, and then take your shot in the end zone on the last play of the half?
Well, they're deciding to call their timeout for first of all, so that's the one thing. They have both their timeouts left.
Yep.
I think this is a smart. Let's settle everybody down. Let's get everyone on the same page. What do we want to do? Let's bring the quarterback over. What do you see? We see this. We like this. Let's try to do this. Either way, the Mustangs are going to come out with the lead going into the half here. I don't hate the decision to go for it, but the way that the defense has been playing and coverage has been playing, I'm tempted to kick that ball on down there. Maybe you can get a fumble or something down there. Maybe you've had some great placements with this kid kicking the ball.
They do feel pretty confident in their defense so far. Looks like the Junior Mustangs will go for it on third down and try to keep the drive alive with 8 seconds left. Still time for 2 plays. You got the timeout as well. The clock does stop on a first down to reset the sticks in Canadian football with 3 minutes or less left to play. So they do have a chance to get a drive here if they can get the first down, even if he's inbounds, to stop the clock and get another play here. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Could be working on isolation. A lot of space to the bottom of the screen to this one-on-one receiver. That's the place they should be throwing the ball if he likes it. Turns. He had him there. Quarterback's got a lot of pressure. They're just going to end the half with the scramble play. Looks like they could have had the first down if they took the shot to McBurney into the boundary there. But regardless, the clock is out. And that's the end of the first half. Junior Mustangs lead 13-0. Ron, we had an exciting first half. A couple big pass plays from both teams. A couple pop blocks, bad snaps, mistakes. A couple big plays. London's really starting to run the football late in the first half. Cambridge is to their backup quarterback who's starting to settle down, and he made a couple big throws as the half went on. What are your thoughts on the first half as we wrap it up?
Go back to what we talked about at the beginning of the game. It's which team can establish a line of scrimmage. I think London has done a good job of establishing the offensive and defensive lines of scrimmage. They're able to push Cambridge defenders off the ball, open up some of those big run lanes. Defensively, the Mustangs are bringing pressure every play. We're going to give you the 5-yard out all game long. But we're going to get to your quarterback, and when you guys do catch it, we're going to bring the wood down to you. Very physical, really aggressive defense. Let's see if they keep that going in the second half.
Well, we'll be back shortly with the second half action of U16 Junior Mustangs football. Junior Mustangs lead 13-0 here, and we'll be back in a few minutes. And we're back. Second half action. London Junior Mustangs U16 action live from Western's Alumni Stadium. I'm Matt Snyder, joined by Ron Forwerda. We got a great second half in front of us here, Ron. What'd you think about the first half?
Really, really good effort by the Mustangs. You know, Cambridge, they've had a few things kind of not go their way. They've had some things go their way. Big reception down in the last 2 minutes to get the ball to midfield after having it like pinned inside their 2-yard line by the Mustang special teams. This has been the score is 13-0. It feels like it should be more. Cambridge is really, really hanging in. But, you know, the Mustangs, if they get a player or two here, and a turnover here, this could go from 13 to 28 real quick, it feels like. On the Cambridge side, a lot to be positive with. It's only 13-0, and you were really badly outplayed
A lot
in
of
the first
mistakes,
half.
couple block punts, couple bad snaps, couple interceptions, and you're only down 13-0. Still a lot of football to be played here.
Yeah.
We got Junior Mustangs kicking off. Cambridge will start on offense to start the second half here as we are live on London Football TV. U16 Junior Mustangs versus Cambridge Lions. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already and join us for another great half. Junior Mustangs kick it off. It'll be fielded by Cambridge on the bounce around the 20-yard line. He's up the middle, past the 30. Great tackle there from
Number 2.
Wyatt Cross, the running back, and the Junior Mustangs will send out the defense up 13-0. Cambridge Lions playing their backup quarterback after starter. Charlie Peterson was injured in the first quarter. Michael Percibali came in the game, and he played pretty well. Had a couple nice throws, a couple interceptions that, you know, you can't blame a young guy for trying to fit those throws in, but I thought he really settled down as the half went on and made a couple big throws, including that big one at the end of that first half to get them off the goal line. Cambridge will come out with one running back in the backfield, Percibali at quarterback. He's got 3 receivers at the top of the screen on his left-hand side. Takes a snap. He's going to turn, hand the ball off. Lot of Junior Mustangs in the backfield. Almost none of the front 4 got blocked. And the Junior Mustangs there are...
Is that a new cue?
Is it a no quarterback? Yeah, it could be.
17.
Yeah, it looks like Anthony LaRusso in at quarterback for the Cambridge Lions there. But the Junior Mustangs defensive line says, hey, don't forget about us. We're here to play ball too.
That defensive line has really dominated the Cambridge front. And again, it starts with the big boys up front. Number 95, number 99. They have had a really, really good first half of football.
Liam Santos and Tanner Burke. Cambridge back to throw. That's going to be intercepted by London.
Number 14.
Stefan Ivancevic. Another turnover for the London Junior Mustangs.
He's got a chance here.
He's around the 30, over the 20. He's got space to go. He's going to be tackled. Oh, just on the 1-yard line. Heartbreaking. You couldn't, 1 yard short. But what another interception for the Junior Mustangs, and they'll take over. First and goal from the 1-yard line. Great way to start the half, Ron.
Great coverage. See, this time they were up a lot closer. They weren't giving up that short concept. And again, really good job understanding. Great block by number 5 out there. This is where I thought, it's like, he's got a chance here. But the big guy comes in at the last second, number 57 with the score-saving tackle.
Looks like me out there running around. Just ran out of gas, you know.
He made it there. I would have got to the sidelines and that would have stopped.
First down and goal from the Junior Mustangs from the 1-yard line. Looking to take control of this game early. If they can punch this one in, it might be 3 scores, but it might be too much for Cambridge to battle back.
Just for the record, young Cantor, who's in the booth with us, there's no way in the world he would have caught that one.
He's a great player. Guy's a provincial champion. You can't take that away from him. Junior Mustangs,
can't.
first and goal from the 1. Sweeney turns, hands the ball to the left side. Met by a bunch of Cambridge Lions. He'll lose one. It'll be second and goal from the 2-yard line there. Junior Mustangs stayed in their regular offense and tried to pound it in behind the left side of the offensive line, which has been a pretty recurring theme for them so far this game, running the ball to the left side, Ron.
They just outmanned them at the point of attack. They had 5 blockers. They sent 7 rushers in there. They were not giving that up there. So, again, loss of 1 on that second down. This is the fight that I really like out of Cambridge. They're still battling, they if they can come out of this with a stop here, it's like, then you got a game.
Sweeney passes, wide open, touchdown. Play action pass on the goal line.
Number 28.
Alexander Kamika out of Laurier High School.
Yeah.
He's a great young player. He's going to have a great season coming up as he gets back to high school football. But so far right now, he's made a couple big blocks, and he's got a touchdown to show for it. and the Junior Mustangs take a 19-0 lead. I love that play call, Ron. Walk us through what you saw there.
So this is just the fullback coming across on that play. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get that scrape motion across. Who's tracking the fullback from the far side?
We got a fake PAT there, Ron, and the Junior Mustangs go for the 2-point convert there. Little direct snap to the up back. I love that. That's right out of Coach Stenning's playbook. And the Junior Mustangs are up 21-0. 2 minutes into the third quarter here. What do you think about that fake field goal or fake PAT, Ron?
Well, again, it's a heads up. If you're giving that middle up, that was something that when Matt, you and I were at the JVs coaching with that provincial championship a couple years ago, we ran that a couple times, and as someone who is not used to seeing that, it catches you off guard, and it makes the kids, you can't be lazy on any single play.
It definitely puts it on film for other teams that, hey, this isn't a playoff as well. They'll take the 2 points if it's there. Junior Mustangs lead 20-0, 21-0 after the 2-point convert. 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. We're live on London Football TV for U16 Junior Mustangs football between the Junior Mustangs and the Cambridge Lions on what's turned out to be a pretty nice little Saturday afternoon. We got the U18 game coming after this at 8 o'clock. That'll be also between London and Cambridge, and that should be a real good one as well. We got a pretty good one here. It looks like London's just starting to take over the game. Could be a situation where if they can get a stop here and get a couple first downs, it might be a real tough hill for the Cambridge Lions to climb. They're in the third quarterback, trying to throw the ball to start the game, having a little bit of trouble getting some first downs going. London will kick it off. They've had some trouble kickoff so far this game, a couple out of bounds. Deep down the middle, that's what we want to see. A nice kick deep down the middle. That's fielded at the 10 on the bounce.
Great coverage.
A lot of Junior Mustangs, a lot of purple jerseys down there. I think that I love to kick the ball deep and play coverage. I think that kind of, to me, speaks to why you do it, because you're putting a lot of pressure on the returners there to catch that ball clean. And now you got Cambridge starting to drive on their 10-yard line.
First guy down there, I'm going to call him out. Look at the effort there by number 5 there. Doesn't make the tackle, but forces him all the way back inside. That is a great job of containing on coverage. Number 5 does a great job there.
Mavima with the coverage down there. He worked his butt to get down that field and cover that kick. Junior Mustangs on defense here. Cambridge first down on the 10-yard line, 20-0. They trail the Junior Mustangs.
15's back in at quarterback now.
Back in the game is Percivali at quarterback. He turns, hands the ball off to the right side. Cambridge Lions around the edge. Big gain there. First down. Could be pretty close for Emmanuel Affey. Cambridge Lions come out and try to run the ball in the second half. Trailing 20-0. They got a first down there.
Yeah, you're on your 12-yard line. You're not going to drop back. You haven't had a lot of success passing the ball. You've had some success, but you've also thrown 3 interceptions in this game. And there again, that's another situation of settle everybody down. Let's get a drive. This is what we're trying to do now. What do you do when you're down 21-0? Let's get a drive together. Let's shorten the game down to components. This drive is a component of the game. Let's go and win this component.
First down for the Cambridge Lions. 3 receivers to the short side. Percivali back to pass. He had the receiver he wanted open.
Yeah.
Depote, but he unable to pull it in. I think a lot of people, you look at the score and you say, 21-0 in the third quarter. We got to throw the ball every play to get back to this game. But you can still run the football in Canadian football, even down by 21 points. Right, Ron?
Yeah, it's almost more advantageous to run the ball in these situations. And people think, why? Because the field is so much wider. There's so much more space to cover. You make one man miss in the run game, and you're off to the races. Handing the ball off, it takes that pressure away from that defense, from the defensive line as well.
Percivali with the back out of the backfield, caught for a first down and more. Nice throw from Percivali there. Looks like Cambridge will have a first down as he finds Emmanuel Affey. They've run that play where they bring their 2 receivers across the middle and mesh with each other, and then they leak the back out of the backfield to the short side and able to find the back. We've been talking about that play often this game so far, Ron.
Yeah, and again, just a great job of just recognizing that and just hitting the man in the flat. That's all you're doing is in that 2x2 zone that the Mustangs are playing. The third man is pretty much open all the time. So that linebacker has to track from inside out. And when you've got a back who really, he's back there for a reason, speed, some size, good hands. The linebacker's in a trail position, puts the defense at a disadvantage. London had a player down. It's good to see him up and coming up under his own power, number 0.
Got a first down for the Cambridge Lions here as they trail 21-0 with 8:37 left in the third quarter here. Junior Mustangs TV on London Football TV channel on YouTube. Click subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you join us all summer long. We'll be bringing you Junior Mustangs games throughout the summer. Stay tuned for the announcements on which games will be broadcast live. Me and Ron will be your voice, and we'll guide you through this great, exciting summer football season. Junior Mustangs lead 21-0 here with 8:37 left in the third quarter in a game that's been starting to lean towards one-sided for the Junior Mustangs, Ron. We got a injured player for the Mustangs just making his way off the field, and Cambridge will have a first down. They're starting to get a little bit of drive going coming out of the half after a tough first half play to start a tough early play to start the first half, but they're starting to get a little drive going. 2 first downs in a row now. Percibali at quarterback. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. 1 running back behind Percibali. Sun is bright. Percibali back to pass. Got that receiver. Trying to throw that little short hitch route to the widest receiver to the wide side of the field. Just a bit high and unable to be completed. 2nd and 10 run.
Number 10 might have run the wrong route there because he turned in. You see that was thrown definitely outside of that. Maybe he was trying to think, hey, that flat, we're trying to push that edge there. But everybody turned in. I think he might, something happened there between either the quarterback thought he was doing something different or the receiver did something different, but they weren't on the same page at all.
It's like he zigged when he should have zagged,
Yeah,
as they say, right?
exactly.
2nd and 10 for the Cambridge Lions. Motion from the Cambridge Lions. Percibali back to pass. Got a receiver over the middle wide open. Finds the back in the backfield. Again, Emmanuel Affi, another first down. Junior Mustangs, if I'd say the one thing about the Junior Mustangs defense, they're having a little bit of trouble covering that back out of the backfield so far this game. Is that something, if you're Cambridge, you keep going back to and say to Lennon, like, hey, we're going to keep throwing this until you show us that you can cover it?
What I want to do is I want to bait them to bring another guy in and maybe take a shot down with somebody else. You know, if you're trying to bring a safety over the top to be that third guy, you know, maybe the 2 stays down to try to take that away. I want to get that isolation of where's my mismatch. If they're just bringing the linebacker over and running it 100 times, do it again.
Same play. Percibali back to pass. He got pressure in his face. He's scrambling around. He's looking for, he's got a receiver wide to the 5 side of the screen. Caught it, completed. What a play. Percibali with a great scramble, and he's able to find Ben Freeland for a big chunk. I'll tell you what, he had a bit of a rough start, but Percibali has really settled down in the second half, late in the second quarter, early in the third quarter. Made a couple big throws. Great play there. Scramble, kept his composure, finds Freeland for a big chunk. And the Cambridge Lions have something cooking here, Ron.
Yep, you know what? We talked about it. Compartmentalize this drive. Let's win this drive. They've done a good job of getting this ball. Again, it started on your 15-yard line. Now you're well within London territory.
Hand off to the right side of the screen for the Cambridge Lions. They got a big run there. Emmanuel Affi with a huge run. Could be a holding call in the Cambridge Lions, which is going to bring him back. But it's still a great effort from Effie there. Cambridge Lions will be called for holding. That'll take him back 10. It'll be 1st and 20 from just over the 55-yard line, Ron.
Yeah, you know, this is unfortunate. It's a pretty evident call. It wasn't really a hole. It was more of a tackle at the edge there. But that kid, number 34, he's not mailing it in. He keeps grinding, and these kids have really battled hard. You know, when we saw them line up, you know, like Cambridge versus London, you know, we're sitting up here, and what I noticed is holy cow, London's got a lot of players, and they're big. And Cambridge, you know, yes, they're on the other side of the field, don't have quite as many numbers, not quite as big. This team, what I always love about a Cambridge team, there's no quit in them. They will battle you for 4 quarters. If this game is 48-0, they're going to bring the wood every play. I love that about Cambridge.
Definitely well coached, a lot of pride, a lot of pressure from London there. Percibali finds it back out of the backfield for a nice throw with pressure in his face. It'll be a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 15 for the Cambridge Lions there. Percibali has really started to come around as the quarterback after coming in the game after the injury to the starter. He's really started to settle down and find the receivers that are open. I really like what we're seeing out of Percibali so far. He's definitely been the bright spot for the Cambridge Lions as this second half drive has started.
Yeah, he's really played with a lot of composure and poise, and has delivered the ball. There is a ferocious rush in his face every single play, and he's done a great job of delivering the ball.
Pressure from London here. Percival back to pass. He got the receiver in the flats. Overthrown by a hair. And it'll be 3rd and long here. Punt team for Cambridge will be coming out, I expect.
They're going.
Well, going for it. We'll see. Let's just... A lot of substitutions here. Could be a punt
they're
team.
punting.
Yeah. That might be a pretty ambitious go for it on 3rd and 15. Just around the half field. That might be pretty ambitious, Ron.
But
even down 21-0, that's...
It's 21-0, 5 minutes left to go, 5:45 left to go in the third quarter. You got to count possessions here, so, I think I would have kind of gone for it there.
The one argument I would raise is if you don't get it and London scores, you're pretty much, that's the only comment. Bad snap! Dropped by the Cambridge punter, and London will take over. So regardless, London's going to start with field position. Maybe they should have gone for it, Ron. Who am I to second-guess Ron Forwerda?
Well, we like to do that a lot. In the comments, people like to second-guess me. But you know what? Honestly, I can see both sides of the coin. The way that the momentum of that drive was going, I would have liked to see my offense, kind of finish that drive a little bit. I thought they did a lot of things really, really well in there. You got that isolation. I think, the one thing they haven't done, which I think is going to be there, is some type of wheel with that back coming out of there, trying to get down the sidelines a bit. If you did a sit-down route with your outside receivers and you're on a wheel, I think that might be wide open.
London runs the ball on 1st down for a big chunk, another 5-yard, 10-yard, 15-yard 1st down for the Junior Mustangs there. You may see the Junior Mustangs say, hey, we are going to get real hot and heavy on the run game in this third quarter into the 4th and really try to seal the deal. A nice long drive finalized with some kind of score, a field goal or a punt here could be kind of like the end of the end for the Cambridge Lions here. We'll see if the Junior Mustangs stick with it. But so far, the Junior Mustangs offensive and defensive lines have been the heroes of the day. Big runs on 1st down, big stops from the defensive line when they needed it. The big guys have come to play for the Junior Mustangs, which is kind of like the pretty consistent moral of the story for Junior Mustangs team. They win and lose with the offensive and defensive lines, and we're pretty fortunate in London. There's a lot of great linemen in this city. It's probably the best in the province. And when you can put 5 of those guys together like the Junior Mustangs U16s have done on the offensive line, it's pretty easy to run the ball behind those 5 big studs and a big fullback in front of them. They got a plethora of running backs. Douglas has had a big game. Nathan Sims, Wyatt Cross has gone in there for some carries, and he's done pretty well.
This is the first time.
I think Snellgrove had a couple big carries as well.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen Aiden Sweeney play quarterback from start to finish. Really impressed with the composure. Had a little bit of a happy feet early in the game. Really settled down nicely. He's done a really good job of leading this team.
Yeah.
Composure of this kid, really, really good.
Very athletic.
This young man's got a great future in front of him.
Very athletic. Probably a little nervous at the start. Heard we were doing the TV broadcast and really wanted to bring his A game out, but he's really settled down. And I like what I see out of young Mr. Sweeney there. He's very athletic. He's made some real nice throws in pressure. That one on the sidelines that I recall from early in the first half was a real excellent throw.
Yeah.
And he had that big completion on the corner out to Douglas to put him in position to get the first touchdown there. Penalty on the play, looks like a false start.
Yeah.
Or illegal procedure on the Junior Mustangs, and that'll back them up. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Junior Mustangs. They lead 21-0 with just under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter here. U16 summer football live from Alumni Stadium at Western. Stay tuned after this game. We got the U18 game, Cambridge and London coming up. That'll be a good one.
The Area 51 game of the week coming up.
Area 51 Sports Game of the Week on London Football TV. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can stick with us all summer for some great Junior Mustangs football action on London Football TV. Sweeney turns, hands the ball off to the left side on that little inside zone play. They got a lot of space to go. 34. That is Connor Ward. Connor Ward says, not in my house. Nobody's tackling me in the backfield.
He started this game early, getting a couple of those carries early. We haven't heard his number called a lot since then. But this, again, the Mustangs just have a stable of running backs. There's another kid that can just carry the ball.
It's almost unfair. 5 running backs so far for the Junior Mustangs. All of them have, some pretty impressive skill sets here. Connor Ward pounds through the middle for a huge chunk, and the Junior Mustangs are knocking on the door, leading 21-0. Another touchdown for the Mustangs could be the end of it for the Cambridge Lions. Junior Mustangs line up with 3 receivers to the top of the screen. They got an illegal formation here. Let's see if the ref. There he goes. Number 1 jumps on the line of scrimmage. Sweeney calling the signals out. Looks like a little bit of confusion there. Sends his running back out in motion. Sweeney turns, passes. Little quick screen to the running back. He's
dropped it.
Yeah, that was a tough play. I like the design there. Trying to get Cross out of the backfield early on the motion and throw him the quick screen.
Well, you're a man to cross, and then when they motion him out, nobody comes.
Basically, just, hey, we got one more guy than you can tackle with, and we're going to block everybody and let our running back find the open hole there. Cross unable to catch it. It'll be second down.
He catches that, and they had the wall set up. I think he walks in. It was smart decision. Good audible, good understanding, good reading by the quarterback making that call.
2nd and 10 here for the Junior Mustangs, just over the 20-yard line, 21-yard line here, leading 21-0 with 3:20 left in the third quarter here. Sweeney in the huddle calls out the plays to his offensive line. He's had a really good game, very athletic. He's made some big throws. Junior Mustangs have mixed in running backs left and right. They've gotten 5 guys that have had carries so far, really pounding the football. London's starting to take over the game on the ground. 3 receivers at the top of the screen, including a tight end. London's in another illegal formation. Oh, they could be legal now. The fullback just got on the line at the last second. Sweeney turns, throws, caught. Tackled inside the 5. It'll be a first down. Looks like they had 2 guys in the same space. Wasn't sure who was going to throw it. Number 6, Gage Lincoln says, that's my ball. I'm going to take it. He catches the ball, turns, gets a first down. Big first down for the Junior Mustangs there.
Matt, you've got the rosters there. Who is number 60 and number 65 for the Mustangs?
Number 60 is, I don't have it, 65, Zach Payton.
Okay.
Zach Payton, the big fella.
Yeah, that's the left tackle and the left guard. Those 2 have absolutely dominated that side of the line of scrimmage. We don't get to call out the linemen very often, except for when they do something wrong, usually. I just wanted to point out, those 2 have been absolute dogs on this field from the opening snap. If you get sometimes teams give out the little decals for player, like big plays or something. Those 2 kids need decals because, man, they've played well today.
Offensive line has definitely been a strength for the Junior Mustangs. Offense and defensive line, we mentioned it earlier. They've really excelled on both sides of the football. Offensive line has been opening holes left and right, and the defensive line is really creating some problems for Cambridge that are sometimes they're not even able to block the front 4. London doesn't have to bring pressure because the front 4 is able to get there. But first and goal for the Junior Mustangs on the 4-yard line, leading 21-0. A touchdown here would really seal the deal for them. I think it would make it real tough for Cambridge to come back with just over 14 minutes left in the game. Sweeney takes a snap, turns, hands the ball off to the left side. Touchdown, Junior Mustangs. That's a huge run from Nathan Sims. Nathan Sims gets his shoulder pads down and says, you're not going to stop me on the 1-yard line, Ron.
So it's number 61, Matt. My apologies. It's the
Max Bukaboom.
Yeah. Those those 2 kids, and guess where they ran? They ran behind big number 61 that time for the touchdown. And Nathan Sims slams it home, and that might have been the nail.
You want a big run for the Junior Mustangs? Run it behind Bukaboom. You couldn't have a better name as a tackle than Bukaboom, eh?
Yeah, bring in the boom.
27-0 Junior Mustangs lead, penning the PAT here with 2:28 remaining in the third quarter. New kicker for the Junior Mustangs. Amari Douglas. He's the running back. Talented. Man of many traits. And he's got a PAT. We got a 28-0 ball game here, Ron, with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Is that it? You never want to say it's over, but is it?
Well, you got to count possessions. Does Cambridge have 4 possessions where they're going to score with 3 minutes left in the 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter? Probably not. Realistically, I don't think you have 4 possessions each side left in this game because this clock is going to be running pretty soon if you get one more in there. What is it, the 35 points?
35-0.
Yeah. So if the score gets to 35-0, it becomes a continuous clock. So if the Mustangs get one more, this game is going to be shortened even more so. With the backup quarterback in there, with the way that the Mustangs have played today, I'm not seeing a 28-point comeback from Cambridge. And it's not only that, it's you need the 29th point. Yeah. So it's that
good point,
4
Ron.
possessions plus that one other thing that you got to get.
I do like this Cambridge team. They're pretty athletic. They got some, pretty good depth at quarterback. They've had two guys go in the game and play pretty well. They're able to throw the ball. I just think at the end of the day, you're gonna look back at this game and a couple key mistakes, some punt issues, some snap issues, a couple interceptions as they were getting the second quarterback kind of into the flow of the game are really going to be what costs them if they're not able to come back and get this win.
I got another point after that.
Junior Mustangs kick it off deep down the middle. Another deep down the middle kick, which is fielded cleanly at the 20-yard line. Junior Mustangs have great coverage. Cambridge Lions are able to get over the 30. They'll start the drive at the 30. But I do like the adjustment that Coach Bleska has made, kicking the ball deep and trying to pin Cambridge and give them long fields, Ron.
One thing I'm looking at, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of returning kids on this Mustang team. So this is a veteran team. I got the feeling watching these kids size-wise and development that this team's a year away. So this Cambridge team, I think, is going to be good, and I think they're going to be really, really good next year. That's just an observation from development, athletic development. You can usually tell somebody who's in grade 9 going into grade 10, and grade 10 to going into grade 11. This is a very veteran second-year team with the Mustangs. I got a feeling that's a lot of first-year kids for the Lions.
Looks like London's made some substitutions. Coach Bleska getting some of the young fellas into the game, which is great to see. That's how you create depth.
Yeah.
Create depth year to year and also create depth for the season. You never know. Somebody might get hurt. Somebody goes on vacation. You want to get all those young guys playing time. Interception here for the Junior Mustangs. And that's going to be returned for a touchdown. Number 49, Ethan Scrivens with the interception for touchdown. Not only will that make it a 35-point game, which will run the clock, but it'll give a young fella a great play that he'll be able to go home and talk about tonight. What an interception. The pressure created by the defensive line for the Junior Mustangs forces the quarterback to throw it up, and Scrivens is right there, catches it, and takes it to the house, Ron.
Again, just heads-up play, playing the position, pressure, rolling the quarterback out. The kid's trying to make a play. You're not faulting the Cambridge player for making a play, but again, Scrivens with a great job. I think that's his first snap of the game as well. So, wow, talk about making an impact. You're now, number 49 puts it to 35.
It's great that the coaching staff is able to get a bunch of young guys in the game when you're up by 28. That's what you want to see. All those guys are at practice working hard too. And one of them just shows you, hey, maybe, you know what? I'm here to play too. Maybe I deserve to get more carries and more snaps in the regular season. Got a backup quarterback for London warming up on the sidelines, 35-0. We're going to see a runtime clock as the game progresses into the fourth quarter, which will mean the clock will basically continue unless there's some kind of an injury or an issue with the referees.
Something else that was really, really important about that, and this is going to sound really, really obvious. He caught the ball. Okay, a lot of times in situations like that, like someone like Cantor, who's to the left of me, who's got oven mitts for hands, he would have dropped that, in that space. He would have saw the end zone, and he would have dropped it 100%. He catches the ball and finishes the play.
Simon, they can never take away the fact that you're a provincial champion. They can never take that away from you, buddy. We were all out there making plays together.
Simon, we love you. We're kidding because we do love you. If we didn't like you, we wouldn't even say your name. So there you go.
35-0. Junior Mustangs lead here with 1 and 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Junior Mustangs have, late in the second quarter, early in the third, really dominated the game, just kind of taking over control. Some big special teams plays, some big defensive plays, being able to run the football consistently has allowed them to really take the charge on this. And we'll have a run clock in the fourth quarter as the Junior Mustangs lead. We got a big, exciting game coming up. Deep kick from London. I like this adjustment to kick the ball deep.
Oh, don't do that, son.
That's an interesting way to field the ball. London's coverage team has been outstanding as they started to kick the ball. They made that transition kind of halfway through the second quarter. Early in the game, they were trying to kick off short. Lately, halfway through the second quarter, said we're going to kick it deep and play coverage, and it's really paid dividends for them with their coverage. They're starting to win field position.
It really has. They've done a great job of making adjustments, and this was the point I wanted to make earlier. Observation. We're pretty much at the end of the third quarter here. It was 21-0 at half. It's now 35. 2 touchdowns for the Mustangs. Or excuse me, it was 13-0 at half. My apologies.
13, I think. Yeah, and they scored right away.
Yeah, but it's not only that. This team was notorious last year, the JVs, for not making the right halftime adjustments. I'm not seeing a improper adjustment by London here today at all. So kudos. We talked about a young staff making mistakes. can't point out many mistakes that this young staff has made. They've coached a heck of a game.
Coach Bleska and his coaching staff have, coached a heck of a game today, making some great adjustments with the kickoffs. Something we talked about that we'd like to see them kick off, and it's almost, from our words to our mouths to their ears, they start kicking the ball deep, and they come up with a real great field position. Remember the one where they pinned the guy in the 1 yard line? That was a great decision there to kick it deep. Junior Mustangs defense out here, 35-0. The clock is running down. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter. Cambridge Lions trailing, and again, it was, pretty close up into half. I think a couple mistakes have been the key for Cambridge that, kind of got this game away. They run that mesh play, hit the back of the backfield. Percival unable to find him for the completion there. And that'll end the third quarter with the Junior Mustangs leading 35-0. We got a pretty exciting game coming up at 8 o'clock, Ron. U18 action between the Junior Mustangs and the Cambridge Lions. What are you looking forward to from that game?
There are some relationships, we're going to call it, between these teams. These kids have battled each other since they were 10 years old. And for a lot of these kids, this is the last time that these kids are going to battle each other and be in those situations. They're big, physical. Their linebackers are outstanding.
Bad snap for Cambridge over his head. Percival unable to recover. Junior Mustangs will take over on the 17-yard line, the 14-yard line. 15, 16,
20.
The last play of the first quarter. Last play of the third quarter there.
Yep.
Another bad snap for Cambridge is going to put Junior Mustangs in a position to punch it in and make it 42-0 as we turn the field over and start the fourth quarter here. And it seems like, when it's bad, it's worse. When it rains, it pours for Cambridge here as they're just trying to get out of this game. And
yeah, that's all you're trying to do. And going back to my point, a few years ago, Cambridge didn't have a team. They had to sit out of the league for a year. And what happened was a lot of those Cambridge players came to London. And when I say there's relationships, they became friends and they got to know each other. But there's always been that rivalry. In London, realistically, there's London and Windsor, and then there's everybody else. In Windsor, there's Windsor and London, then there's everybody else. In Cambridge, this is the everyone else. London and Cambridge really is, if London Windsor's a 1A rivalry, this is a real close 1B. And I don't say that as it's 2, it's a 1B. These two teams will battle each other. It will be hard hitting. It will be physical. And I'm looking really forward to that game tonight.
Yeah, I agree. The battle between London and Essex is always an intense game, but the Cambridge-London battles are tough. London and Hamilton Junior Ticats are always battles. Those are teams that, the Junior Mustangs have played them since as long as Junior Mustangs have been the Junior Mustangs. You're always going to have tough games against Cambridge and against Hamilton and then against Essex. And we got a big one tonight, U18 action, Junior Mustangs and Cambridge Lions at 8 o'clock live on London Football TV. If you hit subscribe, you can come back and join us at 8 o'clock for some great U18 action. Junior Mustangs lead here, backup quarterback in the game, turns hands off to the right side. We got a big
Number
run
9
for the Junior Mustangs here. We got Harry Jones at quarterback for the Junior Mustangs. He hands off to Snellgrove. Snellgrove's in the game. He pounds it in over the 5-yard line. Junior Mustangs are knocking on the doors. The clock ticks under 12 minutes left. The clock should not stop for the rest of the game. Junior Mustangs first and goal from the 4-yard line. Young Harry Jones in at quarterback now for the Junior Mustangs. He's off the bench after a great game for Sweeney there.
Yeah, this Jones, he's big, tall, athletic looking. So boy, this is a really deep Mustang team.
He does look like a big, tall fella. First and goal from the 4-yard line here for the Junior Mustangs. Looking to punch it in and make it 42-0. Looks like we've got a bunch of substitutions in for the Junior Mustangs. Across the offensive line and receivers, looks like a lot of young guys are getting their first opportunity to get some game action today. Harry Jones with a fullback to his left. Takes whistles on the play. Looks like there's some kind of issue. Timeout, possibly. Referees are sorted out. Could be an issue with the ball. Maybe there's a new center in the game, and they pick up the ball and
could be. Yeah,
referees get
you know what? That could be exactly what it was because it was the side judge on the far side that made that whistle.
Harry Jones in the gun. Got a fullback to his left side. Barks out the signals. Takes a snap. Got a jet sweep in motion. Turns, hands the ball. Fumble. Jones is going to pick it up. They tried to run the jet sweep there. Maybe a little too fancy for when you get your backup quarterback in the game, Ron?
Yeah, well, yeah. In that situation, I'm not sure. Everything kind of seemed to be off a little bit, and again, this is what's going to happen when you get backups in there. You've got, second down and goal now? Or is it third?
Second and goal from the 5 here, looks like.
Should be third.
I think the first down was the run that got him
Oh,
on the
okay.
4. So
Okay.
second and goal from the, let's say, the 9-yard line here.
9, yeah.
Junior Mustangs lead 35-0 with 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. This clock is running due to the 35-point differential. Harry Jones, 2 backs beside him in the backfield. Takes the snap. Turns, hands off to the right. Scrivens over the 5, inside the 4.
Good tough
It'll be
run.
3rd and goal here. Situation where you send the field goal team out here, Ron, and get some reps for those guys, or do you go for it and give your backups a chance to score?
I want my backups to have a chance to sniff the end zone at this point. You're in run time. It's 35-0. Lining up for the field goal.
Yeah, they're sending the field goal team
Good.
out, which is probably the right decision here. Good sportsmanship. You give your field goal guys a chance to get some game reps in. You get some film for them. You can always coach them on Tuesday night. Those guys get a chance to get coached on film, and it is the right thing to do. 35-0. You take the points here, and you want to play. It's hard because you want to go for that extra PAT.
Producer
touchdown.
Stephanie's got a little surprise for us coming on the broadcast if this is good here, because you're going to hear one of my favorite lines. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. We have a field goal for the first time today, and for the first time this year, Coach Ron gets to say, kickers are people too. What a beautiful graphic.
Ron loves it. Oh, my God. The production quality of this thing is amazing. I love it. You won't see that with Tom Brady on Fox at 4 o'clock this fall.
Nobody wants to see
There's
that.
There's only one place you're going to see that. That's on Junior Mustangs live streams, live on London Football TV. And if you hit that subscribe button, you can get a whole summer full of Ron Ferwerda talking about kickers and out routes. Kickers and out routes. Nothing better if you're
and wide receivers blocking.
Remember, this is on the internet forever, Ron.
Oh, God.
Middle of the winter, nice cold January night. You can't sleep. Put on this game and
that'll put you out.
Fall asleep to the smooth, silky sound of Ron Ferwerda and some Junior Mustangs football.
It's either that or they're going to wake up in cold sweats and nightmares.
The godfather of local football broadcasting. Cambridge Lions, 38-0 down. Percibali finds a running back in the flats. Tackles for a 7-yard gain, fumble, but it could have been down by contact.
I think they're going to call him down.
Yeah, it looks to me like he was down. I would imagine that they'll give him the benefit of the doubt there and say he's down. But Percibali's still slinging it in the 4th quarter.
That's great. A good, smart decision. Get the ball out quick. Young gentleman coming up, finishing the tackle. Really, overall, this is what I meant about Cambridge. They will always play hard. They will bring the wood. It doesn't matter what the score is. They're gonna fight you to the last second. There's no quit in this Cambridge Lions team. Never has been, never will be. I respect that so much about Cambridge.
7:24 remaining in the 4th quarter here. Junior Mustangs lead 30-0. Cambridge back to pass on 2nd and 3. Finds a running back out of the backfield, completed from Percibali. He's up the sidelines for a big chunk of gain. First down, Cambridge. Percibali's still slinging it. He finds his receiver, Luca Hayward, out of the backfield for the first down. I love to see Percibali standing there and making throws despite the score. He just wants to play ball. Cambridge Lions, you're right. There's no quitting these Cambridge Lions, and they'll be tougher for it. Games like these are always a challenge when you're in them, but, sometimes you need games like this as you go through the season to help you become the team you want to be at the end of the year. So the adversity is sometimes what builds you and makes you stronger as a group, and we know the Cambridge Lions will be back next week, better than ever, ready to continue to battle. But for today, it looks like the Junior Mustangs are going to walk away with the win. Percibali back to pass on first down. You've got the backfield of the back again, or back out of the backfield again. Looks like almost the same play. London's had a lot of trouble covering that back out of the backfield. We talked about that a bunch of times this week. Is that something that they need to fix in this week of practice as they move forward? Do you think other teams will start to take advantage of that as well?
Oh, absolutely. If this is on film, I'm going to come back to it and say, look, London doesn't track the third man out. They're not tracking the back. They're not doing something like this. If I can get 5-6 yards of play, guess what? I'm going to run it 100 times out of 100 until you can prove to me that you can stop that play. I'm going to do it. Come back.
Percibali back to pass, taking a shot down the seam.
Oh,
just out of the fingertips of Ben Freeland. He had him. Just unable to secure the catch.
And that's what all those short passes do. They get you looking, where's that short guy? Where's that short guy? Where's that short guy? Then you get something over the top. I love the play setups and everything else. And again, now this Cambridge Lions team, JV level, talk about a heck of a start to the season. realistically, one of the top teams in the northern part of the division is the Cumberland Panthers, traditional powerhouse. They had to play Cumberland last week, and then they're coming back week 2 and they're playing London. That's a heck of a start to the season for Cambridge, and they're battling, and they're still battling. The season will get easier for them eventually, but you've got realistically 2 of your harder games out of the way. You still have Hamilton, you still have Essex. You have those games that you have to play. I'm not saying that those games are going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, because they will not be. They'll be very difficult. But you've played 2 of the top teams in the province, arguably traditionally, and although you're 0-2, there's nothing to hold your head down about. Keep your heads up.
Percival taking a shot down the sidelines. What a catch. Nice
Great
throw
job.
and catch from Jay Ishami.
Oh, they're saying he's out of bounds.
Oh, my gosh. Incomplete. I'd like to see the replay on that.
Wow.
Oh, that you could have called that either way.
We don't see where the ball is, though. Does the ball bounce? We can't see that.
Possibly, yeah.
That's the referee is right there and doesn't hesitate. That tells me that the ball bounced.
Well, hey, if you're watching this game and you think you could have made that call better, why don't you become a London referee? They're looking for referees right now. Join them online. You can follow them on social media at London Football Officials Association, and they are actively looking for referees. So if you think that you got what it takes to be the guy that makes the call, why don't you go and sign up and become a referee, and you can be out there making the calls that me and Ron are going to second guess. But London Junior Mustangs take over on first down here, leading 38-0, 3:42 left in the game. Henry hands off.
Is this another running back? No. Yeah.
That's Douglas.
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 21.
Amari Douglas. He had the big catch in the run on the first touchdown. They've got so many running backs that the starters back in the game in the fourth quarter.
Just a stale. They're just rotating. They've literally had 5 or 6 guys rotating through here, and here's a scary problem. They all bring something to the table. Some are bigger, some are faster,
Absolutely.
a little bit more physical. This is a deep roster for the Mustangs, and it starts with that stable of running backs.
Absolutely. Junior Mustangs, first down here, running the clock out, 3 minutes left in the game, leading 38-0. Henry turns, hands the ball off to the left side on that little counter play that they run so well. Douglas has got another big chunk. He's going to be just let's say a foot short of the first down. They're giving him the first down based on the ball spot. Harry Jones with the nice handoff. And Amari Douglas is really starting to close this game out. He might be the Dennis Eckersley, the closer for the Junior Mustangs, coming in and saying, hey, let's get out of here with a big win. Let's let Douglas come in and pound the ball to finish it off. So the Junior Mustangs are really moving the first down.
I like the attitude of the last couple of drives. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Yeah, I know you're trying to take clock off and everything else as we're under the 3 minute. We're going to be about 2 minutes left in the game at the snap here. But it's the attitude of the offensive line. They are still battling. These guys are playing a whale of a game. Just a great job to the offensive line.
Jones with the handoff. Oh, fake snap. Doesn't draw the defense offside. Good discipline from Cambridge. Jones barks out some signals. Takes the snap. Hands the ball off to the left. Douglas. No, that's Wyatt Cross in the game now. He's got a 5-yard gain. And the chains are... Clock keeps moving as the Junior Mustangs keep pounding the ball forward.
We're going to call out number 12 just came in at quarterback now, Matt.
Leon Doucette in the game for the Junior Mustangs now. Second down and 5-yard line, or 5 to go from the 40-yard line. Minute 24 left in the game. We got U18 action at 8 o'clock. Hit subscribe on London Football TV and join us at 8 for some exciting London Junior Mustangs U18 action as they take on the visiting Cambridge Lions in what should be a pretty exciting contest. Doucette hands off to Otley.
There's a face mask there.
They've had a lot of trouble with that jet sweep play. Haven't really had some success with it so far.
No, they have had no success with that whatsoever.
Under a minute left, the clock ticks down. I imagine we'll have time for 2 more plays here for the Junior Mustangs. 3rd and 5 to go. What do you do if you're Coach Leska?
You run the ball. You run the ball. That's it. You're trying to get out of the game at this point. I come back to that power again.
3rd and 5 here for for the Junior Mustangs. Clock under 30 seconds, leading 38-0. Junior Mustangs are going to get their second win of the year here at the U16 level. Doucette at quarterback turns. He drops the snap, dives on it. Cambridge will take over here. I don't even know if they'll get a playoff with the clock running now because of the running clock here. But looks like London's going to get away with the win here. 38-0, Ron. What do you think about today's game?
It's really, we talked about it at the start of the game. It was going to be which team could establish the line of scrimmage battle. London had clearly won the line of scrimmage battle for the offense and the defensive side of the ball, and they are going to a very, very hostile environment next week down the 401 for, if this was 1B, get ready for 1A, the London Mustangs versus the Essex Ravens in Windsor next week.
If there's two ladies playing bridge and one's from London and one's from Windsor, I always say
there's a fight.
There's gonna be a fight at that game.
Yep.
Next week will be some exciting action at the U16 level. We'll be back in an hour at 8 o'clock, probably 10 minutes too, for U18 action. Junior Mustangs versus the Cambridge Lions on London Football TV. If you haven't hit subscribe, go ahead and click that button right now and join us at around 7:50 for the pregame. And we'll be back at 8 o'clock for kickoff for U18 action. I'm Matt Snyder with Ron Ferwerda. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back at 7:50.